Happy Wednesday to all of you. I want to reflect on the readings today, and I'm going to be looking down so I can remember exactly what I'm talking about. The first reading today is a reading of the Acts of the Apostles, Acts 8. And we see Stephen has been killed, but we also see Philip. Philip is mentioned as proclaiming Jesus to a Samaritan town. Now we know about the Samaritans, right? The Samaritans were the ones that people didn't like. Remember the Good Samaritan, the one that came and helped the man along the side of the road. But anyway, Philip is proclaiming Jesus to a Samaritan town. But I think the main idea behind the first reading is we see an opposite. We see Saul, who later becomes Paul. Saul is going from house to house, arresting people and persecuting them. There's a lot of persecution. People have scattered, and Stephen has been killed. On the other hand, we see Philip, and he's going and proclaiming Jesus. And we see also in the reading that despite the religious persecution, there's great rejoicing. And so there's a lot of hope there. But we see the opposites going on in the first reading in the Acts of the Apostles. Wonderful things going on, and yet lots of persecution. Now, we also see that echoed in the psalm. Lovely psalm. I love psalms. This psalm says, "Come and see the marvels of God." And in the psalm, we also see the whole idea of the Red Sea, all the miracles that God worked for the Israelites. And we remember everything that God has done. We remember the goodness and the marvels of God. So despite all the bad things and the persecution, God is still in charge. God is still producing all the miracles. And then we have the gospel, beautiful gospel of John. John happens to be my favorite of the four gospels. But Jesus gives us the whole message that I am the bread of life. No one who comes to me will ever hunger. No one who believes in me will ever thirst. Interestingly enough, I was looking, the word will in that gospel is used 7 times. Now, I was thinking, why is that important? Well, for me, it's important because when I say I will do something, then I'm going to do it. Jesus doesn't say perhaps or possibly, or if I'm in a good mood. Jesus says, I will. I will raise you up. I will, and he also says, I will certainly not reject anyone who comes to me. Absolute great news in that. Jesus is promising us that he will be with us regardless of what is going on. And I think in light of, especially in the pandemic and what we're going through right now, this is really good news. Jesus says, I will be with you. I will be the bread of life for you. If you hunger and if you thirst, I will be there for you. In a time of darkness and a time of fear, there's lots of hope in this gospel, and especially in this Easter season. Let's live in that hope and know that God and that Jesus are with us regardless, and that Jesus will be with us in the darkness and in the brightness that is to come. God bless you.